Hello people on the internet, just blinding you with my camera. Sorry, my little head torch I've got on here. So I'm renewing the seals on this amazingly painted brake caliper, which I've nicely put a lot of chips in trying to get the pistons out. I shouldn't have painted it first. Can be a bugger to get these out actually. You think just pulling them out would work, but they're in there pretty good. Had a friend paint this caliper, he did a very good job. Sorry. It was alright, wasn't too bad. But yeah, we made up a little rig here where just found a metric fine bolt of I can't remember what thread it is, but it goes in a couple of turns and goes tight. It doesn't matter, it's only got to make a bit of a seal. It just goes into where the screws into there, just a few turns. Does the job. Got myself an old push bike tube, tube style pump thing, and the end is broken on it, so it's been useless, just been sat in the garage. We mean to throw it out, haven't we?
Aye.
But I thought, well, so we've got a compressor, but it's a right bugger to go and fetch it. It's in the back room of the garage, and you've got to find a hose for it.
You've got to get it past all
of this, yeah. Then there's the hose, which is wrapped around all parts of my old car, and then we've got to find a gun for it, So I thought, let's be just lazy and see if this works. So to get this open, you just get your tube and put it over your bleed nipple. Unscrew it to, a bit of a turn, just a bit, from locked tight. With that blocked off, put a piece of rag in here, or what I used was a piece of this flexible garden hose, this expandable type, just wrapped it around there a few times. Just gave it one pump like that, which it's not going to do, because that just shows you how good of a seal that makes. One pump like that, and one of the pistons shot out. I was like, oh, that's great, one shot out, but now one shot out, how are we going to get the other one out? So what I ended up doing was packing that piston out with well, I think it was more rag and some other bits. I think it was. I can't remember what it was now. Something around here. Pressed down again, and then that one shot out. Now they were both free because this hasn't been moving for probably half a year, maybe.
Near enough, yeah.
It's not moved at all, has it? Yeah, we managed to get the thing out of it. And I've got there the old seals. They're actually not in bad condition. They're not broke or perished or anything. Probably can't see it on the phone, but they're alright. And I've got some nice new replacement ones here. I was just
worth replacing them while you've got it all apart.
Why the hell not, May as well rebuild the caliper. It's nice and easy to do. Doesn't take anything. Not really, anyway. But this has been hung up in the van for a while. You'll probably see it on all the previous videos where there's the caliper just swinging there in one of the box section kind of what's it called, holes
above the windscreen.
Yeah. just swinging away. But yeah, I thought let's finally get this caliper on, so at least we've got a brake on the front wheel. And we can hopefully get this thing up on some ramps, which would be nice. Would have made the welding a lot easier, I know that for sure. But no, it's alright.
So we've got the caliper on there.
That there adds at least 10 horsepower.
That's it, that yellow.
That yellow, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah. May as well paint it while you got it off, eh? It was rather looking quite rusty. I'm impressed by how rusty the ball joint's gone so fast that I recently replaced.
And don't be stupid like us leaving the brake hose just there. Off.
Because even though the reservoir was completely empty, it dripped down and took all the paint off my lovely
bubbled up, trapped British a load of water under it. Not good.
Paint.
We can touch it up.
Just show them up here what's happened. The horrific welding.
Oh, the beautiful
pigeon mess
repairs there.
Pigeon mess welding, which is nice because we've got water actually bleeding through this, which is
one
lovely.
of the great designs of this van, actually.
Great design of this van, actually. Yeah, it sort of channels water into the box sections. I've never known anything like it. Last time I saw water channeling like this was on a Fiat 127. Never have I seen a car where it's engineered that water goes and sits like perfectly in a dip in box section. And well, it's nice to know that Fiat's never changed their ways pretty much, and this Iveco is pretty much the same thing.
It goes in between all the seams, and starts writing it all out.
If you look in here, you'll see where it does it. Just there, look.
See, we've got a cutaway view for you.
Yeah, just there, look. This hole shouldn't be here.
Plenty of wax oil in that.
Yeah, I'm actually going to leave it open. I'm not going to plate over that because there's a plastic tray that goes over anyway.
Exactly.
So not only does it give us a nice hole to keep topping up with wax oil every now and then, because I do plan on doing that with this van. A lot of wax oil, hell of a lot of wax oil. But I'm also, it's also just a nice thing for if water does get in, it can actually evaporate out of it. Because before it was quite sealed up and it would have took the water ages to get out.
But rust hides just about everywhere on these things.
The rust is unbelievable. It's just
really
crazy.
See down into where the cab mount is, but
it's pretty rotten in there and all.
Yeah, just there.
I don't know how the hell you'd actually get in there and
not great in there.
De-rust it.
And the other side, well,
yeah, well, the other side's even
doesn't
worse.
get much better really.
This is under the washer bottle, and
that hides it all perfectly.
It really does hide it. And this stuff here is actually the under seal of the. I can probably put my hand around there. Oh, I can't really do it, but can't get down there because the wall's in the way and the van needs to come out from the wall. But we have got some rust in here, which is a bit scary actually. It looks like if you was to poke that, it would go in holes, and the only way to I can repair that rust, I do believe, is from inside, maybe, or in the back of the wheel arch. I'm not 100% sure. It may be actually completely under the van. I don't know, but it's a worry that we'll have to sort out. It's when we get around this side. The other side wasn't that bad, but honestly, I'm actually living with the hopes that I can be a bit lazy on this van and just mostly break the rust that's on it, so to speak, and pour wax all over it to stop it from getting any worse. It's a very lazy way of doing it,
but there's a ladder chassis on this thing to take the weight. You know,
none of this is structural. That's what we've got to remember, isn't it?
That's it.
It's all ladder chassis and whatnot. As long as the pedestrians aren't going to rub against this and it's going to cut them to shreds, should be all right. Yeah, good old ladder chassis. Get away with murder with a ladder chassis. Yeah, that's about it really. I'm just putting this caliper back together again, which I've left the dust covers in the house only. At least they'll be nice and clean.
Just keep it in mind though, if you do plan on buying one of these vans, check the rust.
Check the bloody rust.
This is only a 2009 vehicle with just slightly over 100,000 miles on it, and it's like that.
Yeah.
And obviously we had to replace the central floor section as well.
Yeah, that bit in the front.
Which we've still got a bit of work to do on that, but it's nearly there. There's not much at all now.
Rather use aluminium check plate than the original flooring because it's nice and lightweight. Not that it really matters that much, I guess. But
it's lightweight. It's got no chance of corroding there. So.
That's exactly it. Yeah, it's not going to rot again, is it? And people say it's going to be, it's going to do that thing where the aluminium will react with the steel and whatnot. But again, if you rust-proof it enough, it shouldn't do that anyway. If you make sure that all the pot rivets and stuff are sealed.
Yeah, we've run a bead of polyurethane sealant / adhesive underneath all the parts where it actually touches the steel.
It might have some continuity there through the pot rivets, but we can live with it. The original plan was to use plastic pot rivets, but we just don't trust them, do we? We don't think they're going to be strong enough.
Don't think they're going to be anything like strong enough.
These things here. BMWs use them for putting their... I don't know if you're going to see that. Can you see it on that?
To some extent.
There's one there, look.
Yeah.
BMW use them for like putting their bumpers, trims and things back on again. They must work to some extent, but these work more of like a zip tie where they sort of ratchet through and then there's a little bit of plastic that catches the lug And the idea is with it is it sticks out, you know, quite a fair way, and eventually the lug breaks off. Well, it stretches it. But I'm pretty sure we'll use them for something. Trouble is I've got bloody hundreds of these now, because I went out and bought loads of them.
We'll use them for something.
Yeah, they'll get used for something.
Might even go on a BMW.
No, that's it.
You never know.
Might even go on my BMW.
Yeah.
Which you guys don't know about yet, because I've not done any videos on that car. That car's got a bit of a love-hate relationship at the moment. We're not even talking about it, so...
Think that'll do for this video?
Yeah, that should do it. Alright, I'm dressed like a Christmas tree, as you can see. Health and safety and all that. No, it's just bloody cold out here, that's all.
Thanks for watching.
So, yeah, thanks for watching, and catch you on the next video.
Ta-ra.